emotional. You can't build a good game plan off of that, and you're not going to play your best when you're too overcome with emotion. But we've definitely got a little bit of something extra in there, a little bit of a chip on our shoulder because of the game last year. But again, we have to prepare really hard, and we know it's going to be a good team coming out there. A great environment that Monday night, and so we're just going to have to make sure we've got all of our ducks in a row.
Josh, but the interesting thing is that it seems like throughout last year you guys were thankful for the way that happened, that it refocused you, helped turn your season around, so maybe there wouldn't even be a reason to be mad at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, at the same time, you want to win them all. We've got lofty goals here, and we want to be really successful. You hope that it doesn't take a loss for a team to have to really focus in and come together. Sometimes that's what it takes. And so this year we're trying to be able to do that as quickly as possible to lock in and come together as a team. We want to be very successful, and we want to give ourselves the best shot at the end of the year, so we have to do that now by playing really well every week.
Preparing for the unexpected, you guys can watch all the film you want on Virginia Tech, but they're undoubtedly going to have some wrinkles. Is that exciting? As a senior, you've been through that before with openers. Just give some insights on preparing for the unexpected, so to speak.
Yeah, this is a time where you kind of run a little bit of everything, and you look back, and our coaches are looking at film from years ago just to see what kind of wrinkles they've put in game plans before. You also take things that maybe hurt you a little bit last year, and you work on those because people are going to try to put that in their game plan for the first game. At the end of the day, they have their base concepts and what they do and what they're good at, but you always have to expect something a little bit different coming out of the gate, and so we'll be ready for that. We enjoy preparing for things like that as a team, and our defense is ready to go out there and play a sound game.
And I know you can't give specifics on what wrinkles you guys are going to do, but you guys are going to have some wrinkles about how, without getting into specifics, how much will the defense be different than what it looked like at the end of last year?
We're going to have our base, and we're going to do what we do well, but we've definitely got some wrinkles in there. We want to be really aggressive this year, and so we found some new ways to do that. And I think that we've got really, really good players, great athletes who are confident in what they do and confident in the guys around them. So we'll be able to have some change-ups this year and hopefully be able to cause some confusion.
How do you feel about the depth with injuries, suspensions? How do you feel? Obviously, you can only put 11 at a time, but how do you feel about this team's depth overall?
We're a deep team, and we're a team of guys that respond to adversity. So one guy goes down or one guy has to be out of the game plan. We've got guys that are willing to step up and will step up. So I think that we're going to be solid there. The thing is just going to be making sure that the young guys who are going to be asked to play in this game know what's expected of them and know what's coming out the gate, and I think we do a great job of that. Coach Meyer causes a lot of chaos and confusion during practice, and that's exactly what happens during the course of a game, and so I think that we should be ready for those type of situations, and that our guys will be ready to step up.
Is it almost a next man up mentality?
It's always like that around here. We want to make sure that if one guy's down, the next guy, when your number is called, you're ready to step in and play a sound game. And so we've trained our guys for that.
Coach talked a little bit about how difficult it is for teams to repeat at any level, NFL, college, and so forth, because so much that is happening after a championship season. How have you dealt with that, and how difficult is it to stay focused?
I personally don't talk about repeating, and most of the guys in our locker room don't talk about that. What we talk about is coming together, being a sound team, brotherhood of trust, and then playing 9 units strong. And that's our main goal, is to go out there and have all the units at maximum capacity ready to play. If we do that, we play every game. We prepare the way that we've prepared in the past. We don't take anything lightly and nothing for granted. We'll be able to be in a position to be successful, but the more you start talking about how are we going to repeat, or how are we going to do this, and how are we going to make this happen again, that's when you start losing what really happens, and you start straying off the path of success.
Was it distracting this offseason, though? Did you feel distracted? Was it difficult for you?
There were distractions, but I think we did a really good job of tuning them out and making sure guys stayed focused, and that goes a lot to the leadership and the culture that we've developed around here, where the distractions don't really mean a lot, and we've just got to deal with everything that's going on in the building, make sure that we take care of home.
You mentioned leadership. You're one of the 6 captains, which 6 is a lot unusual, but I guess what does that say about where this team's at and the leadership that you guys have?
It's great, and it makes the job of being a captain that much better, that much easier, because you've got guys around who really buy into the program, and guys that you're not going to have to be hounding 24/7. You've got a great group of leaders and a great group of leadership there, and so it all permeates through. And we had a lot of guys receive votes, which is big, because that means that a lot of guys are viewed as people who are able to take the reins and and have leadership roles. And I think that's what you look for in a team. When you have only maybe 2 guys receiving the majority of votes, that's when you have questions about what's really going on and how strong really is our leadership. But when you've got a group like that at the top, you've got to say that you're in a pretty good position.
I believe you've received the